All right, welcome back to Flock of Socks, a podcast, episode 200. Today on the show, the debate came and went. We're going to go over the most important takeaways. We're going to debunk the fact checkers, and we're going to tell you about a schizo theory that rings very true. Then, in our migrant section, are illegal El Salvadoran murderers in school with your kids? Hint, yes, they are. Then, in Cringe of the Week, progressives claim Abe Lincoln was really, really gay. We'll discuss that. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, a store clerk beat someone with a bat over nacho cheese. All this and more, it's Flock of Socks, the podcast, episode 200, ranked the best new podcast of all time!
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Flock of Socks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, I want to tell you about a crime happening in the U.S. called house stealing, also known as title theft, where a criminal can transfer your home's title into their name with just a single document. Many of you know I live in Florida, which has become a hotbed for these crimes. Home Title Lock caught a thief from New York trying to sell a Sarasota family's property on a popular real estate website. The thief had fraudulently changed the title, but Home Title Lock quickly detected and restored the title back to the rightful owner. Without Home Title Lock, this could have been disastrous. These criminals can transfer your titles, take out loans, and absolutely wipe your equity. And if nobody's watching your title, they can get away with it too. That's why I chose to protect my parents' house with the triple lock protection to safeguard them from scammers. So whether you're a new homeowner or a longtime homeowner like my parents, you're at risk at becoming a victim of title fraud. Sign up today at HometitleLock.com or go to the link in the description and use code FLECKUS. You'll get your first 30 days of triple lock protection for free, and you'll even get a free home title scan to make sure your property isn't compromised already. That's 30 days free and a title report for using code FLECKUS. HometitleLock.com is the website. It's linked in the description. Thank you guys for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right. Thank you to Home Title Lock for sponsoring.
Thank you, Home Title Lock.
It's very important to lock those titles, especially if you have people who are susceptible to scammers.
Yeah. Remember that old commercial? It's like, you wouldn't steal a house.
Yeah.
But you would now.
A lot of people are doing it. And we have grandparents who maybe could fall victim to some scams. And by the time you figure it out, the problem is by the time you figure it out, you have to get lawyers involved. You have to go to court and stuff.
Yeah.
You can just nip that in the bud with Home Title Lock.
You know what else is a big scam I've been seeing a lot? When people try to close on a house, they'll get an email from someone saying like, okay, here are the wire instructions. And it's just fucking a black hole. Mm-hmm. So people are getting smoked on that. So everybody needs to be careful with their home stuff.
Exactly. Scamming is at an all-time high. All right. Episode 200.
Yeah.
We made it.
Feels good.
Feels good. Nothing special.
Yeah. That's a lot of reps.
It's a lot of reps, and yeah, feels good. Thank you guys for watching. A lot of people ask, what can we do to celebrate episode 200? Join Bonus Land.
Yeah, no, it feels good. We've gotten better, maybe. Mm-hmm. Have we gotten better?
Yeah, the last 100 episodes were better than the first 100 for sure.
Yeah, there's a learning curve. And then, a lot of people do podcasts. Oh, I'm starting a podcast. It's going to be all about this. The meme, make podcast equipment more expensive. They quit. They're discouraged. They don't stick it out. And feels good to be on the other side of that.
And we obviously couldn't do it without you guys, I think the best audience in the whole right-wing movement.
I'd go toe-to-toe with pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
Who? Ben Shapiro?
Better.
They come and go.
Yeah.
They come and go.
Feels good. Thank you, guys. We love you. Let's get into the show. We have a lot to cover. First things first, Biden and Kamala were doing their rounds for the campaign. And this is a good clip we're going to start the show with. Kamala and Biden and Trump all went to the same firehouse in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And here's the difference in reception. So here's Kamala and Biden going in. Everyone remains seated. No one really cares.
Hey, how are you? Crickets.
And they have to basically go up to people and talk to them directly to get any sort of engagement. Pretty embarrassing. No one cares that they're there. And then here's what the Trump reception looks like when he walks in. There you go. People are getting out of their seat. They're giving them babies to kiss. But pollsters be like, Pennsylvania's neck and neck.
Well, I'm sure that is Pennsylvania, like more Trump country, but it's crazy because you'd think, oh, it's Biden and Kamala. We got two celebrities in one, and everyone's like, kind of barely turns around, like
Not worth leaving their lunch to go say hi.
yeah, crazy.
And then Biden actually did a bit a couple days ago, which I thought was pretty good. Check this out.
There you go, man. I need that hat.
Want my autograph?
Hell no.
You know my name. Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah. You said you would do a selfie. There you go.
So that's the only way to get everyone to cheer for him is when the current president Democrat puts on a Trump hat.
Yeah.
That's how he gets people to cheer. And some people are reading into this and being like, oh, Biden hates Kamala. I think he was actually being like, that's the most authentic I've ever seen him.
He's decompressed now. He's got no responsibilities. He basically doesn't have to do public appearances. He's like, sure, I'll throw on a Trump hat. It doesn't matter.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's his most authentic Biden we've ever seen.
Yeah, there's no conspiracy around this. There's no, oh, he secretly hates Kamala and does this. It's like, nah, he's just an old man doing a bit at the firehouse.
And everyone liked it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the rest of our politics section. First things first, I'm going to start off with a really funny joke I saw.
Okay.
Go for it.
Read it?
Read it's Dave Rubin tweet.
Yeah, it's from Dave Rubin. Wow, her name is Kamala Harris? I thought it was Cackly McCrockpot. That's the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life.
Cackly McCrackpot. That's because she laughs and she's like a crackpot.
I didn't even get it. And now I'm getting it.
He's allowed to keep the kids.
Give him two more.
I can't believe it. We used to make fun of Dave Rubin, but if you got bits like that, he can stay.
He must have ghostwriters or something, because that's top tier. That's SNL level shit.
That's what I was going to say. Someone should pay this guy $100K a week.
Give him three more.
All right, let's get into the real show. Trump was on the cover of The Atlantic. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, Atlantic. He's on a cart. He's whipping the horses on a chariot, bringing the elephant into the Capitol, and it looks dystopian, and it looks like he's headed to D.C.
He's headed to D.C., and I want to make this point. Whenever they try to make us look bad or like fascist or whatever, we end up looking really cool.
Yeah.
Like in that photo, he's headed to D.C., he's going through the swamp, which is the current administration. The sky is clearing in the distance.
Yeah.
So there's hope for the future. And then the swamp he's going through is separated, so God's on our side.
Oh, it's biblical too.
And then in the back, we have the elephant locked up, which is basically the GOP and the rhinos that are trapped for the ride.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Me too.
I'm going to get that framed and put it on the wall.
Yeah, they accidentally made us look cool again.
We look sick. All right, the other night after the debate, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala, like we said.
Yeah, long and winding paragraph about why she's making the choice to vote for Harris, blah, blah, blah. This billionaire pop star who has servants and I don't think has ever shopped for herself in the last 6 monmonths, probably.
Probably never pumped gas in her life.
I don't think so.
But no surprise there. We called it. And we even said that she would embrace being a cat woman because she signed the letter, Taylor Swift, childless cat lady.
Classic.
So we kind of called that. And then she turned the comments off and disabled them because I'm sure she was getting smoked in the replies.
Yeah, I think they never were on. I think she knew she didn't want any beef. But, you know, this is not really a surprise. Persistent Democrat supports a Democrat, right?
Exactly.
It's nothing new. And they were talking about how she drove a bunch of link clicks to the voter registration website. All the Disney Swifties were already voting one way, guys. We're fighting for 10,000 men in Pennsylvania. We're fighting for that 18-year-old kid who doesn't know if he should vote or not, and then making sure his dad brings him to the polls.
Exactly. All right, before we get into the debate, this week, CNN was pushing back against Kamala, claiming that she was further left than she may be leading on. Check out this clip.
Interesting snapshot in time of that 2019 Democratic primary. Kamala Harris was trying to get to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was trying to get to the left of Elizabeth Warren, and you really see that in a lot of these answers. And I want to walk our viewers through a little bit of what she said. Let's just take immigration and look at what she said here. She said on immigration, she made this open-ended pledge to end immigrant detention. She said she supported taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said She
Taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She
migrants.
actually said she supported that.
She both wrote and answered in the affirmative when she was asked this. And she said,
crazy.
And we covered that as well. We've showed the original clip.
Well, we covered on the podcast that she was fighting for federal prisoners in California to get sex changes. And then this is the questionnaire about the illegals. So she likes both. It's sex changes for everyone, no matter where you are locked up, right?
Transgender illegal sex changes, which is why the main reason we brought this up is because I wanted to show the meme.
This is an illegal transgender alien. This is what they look like. E.T.
This is who she's prioritizing.
E.T. in the disguise. And that's, I mean, we're going to get into the debate right now pretty much, but that's a big point is the big premise of the debate was, can Kamala Harris pivot and pretend she's been a moderate for the past 20 years? The most liberal senator, sex changes in any prison you want. Could she do it? Could she pull that off? And independents were the ones who mattered, whether or not they were seeing through her bullshit, right?
Exactly. And we're going to get to all that right now in our debate section. First, I want to cover a couple things that were underreported from before the debate. This lady is a bakery owner in Pennsylvania and in Philadelphia, where the debate took place. And look what she says about the orders that came in.
She was making Trump and Kamala cookies.
Yep.
You've sold thousands already, and I know you've baked thousands in preparation for tonight. Everyone wants to know, what do the sales maybe tell us about who might win the election in November?
Well,
talk to me about sales.
The sales, the red is leading by a lot.
By a lot.
By a lot.
You got the tally board over here.
The tally was just updated. You're new to see it, but almost by 4,000 cookies, as you can see, and that's tremendous. Tremendous for us as a small business to produce this and sell this as well, and see the faces that are coming around to buy these from all over.
So 4,200 and something versus 369 for Kamala. So over 10x the orders were for Trump.
Yeah.
And
suburban Philly, I believe.
Suburban Philly. And to be fair, I'm not going to jump to conclusions, but to be fair, a lot of Kamala's supporters are collected ballots of deranged people who don't even know that they're voting.
Yeah, we're not just talking about like millennial cat ladies. We're talking about genuine cat ladies who are like locked up in a hoarding situation. But her ballot gets locked for Kamala,
Section
right?
8 housing people, old people homes that don't even know that it's an election.
Not exactly cookie disposable income people.
Exactly. Another clip I wanted to show from before the debate, which is very important and not enough people saw. Doug Emhoff, Kamala's husband, was out getting the crowd excited before the debate. And listen to what he said.
What she said to the reporters the day or so ago was, "I am ready." Yes. And Gavin and I, who know her so well, when we see that face, when we see that ready, she is ready. And she can smell weakness. She knows a coward when she sees one.
She can smell weakness, and she knows a coward when she sees one.
Yeah.
Remember when Trump got shot and then got up and then went like this and said, "Fight, fight, fight"?
Yeah, and then remember how Kamala's done like one interview and she needed her emotional support vice president there with her?
Yeah.
So he's a coward in weakness, but Kamala's fine. And then Doug Emhoff in his little metrosexual stance and gay suit sneakers.
Suit sneakers and then horrible crowd work.
You guys shouldn't be wearing those sneakers with suits if you're business casual or anything like that. Too many people are doing the white bottom sneakers.
Either wear a suit and you wear suit shoes, or you don't wear a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Doug Emhoff, she can smell weakness. And it's also being called weak by Doug Emhoff, who lets his daughter be non-binary. That's strength.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
Strength through power, Doug.
All right, so let's get into the debate itself. Most importantly, in the debate, in my opinion, Republicans are Republican, Democrats are Democrats. The independence is what everyone's going for.
Of course.
And then the independence reaction to the debate is going to kind of tell you who won the debate. Can you read this about the 10 people who were polled?
Yeah, Reuters interviewed 10 people who were still unsure how they were going to vote in the November 5th election. Before they watched the debate, 6 said afterward they would now either vote for Trump or were leaning toward backing him. 3 said they would now back Harris, and 1 was still unsure how he would vote.
So
small sample size, but that's kind of an indication, right?
It is an indication. And then we also have some graph data here. The red line is Republicans, the blue line is Democrats, and the yellow line is independents. And if you look throughout the whole debate, independents were going with Republicans on pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah, they tracked roughly in line with Republicans according to the raw data from those who watched the debate.
Yeah, so this is proof in my mind that Donald Trump won the election.
Yeah, won the debate maybe. And
The debate.
It's interesting because on the right wing, people who are so plugged in like us, who are constantly, sharing the news and looking at it, we kind of had higher expectations for Trump, I would say. I really wanted Trump to tout the Biden and Harris record and tie her to that and point out all the things. Trump kind of has like a desire or like inclination to talk about himself and his accomplishments. And I thought for this debate, it was kind of the time to hammer them on literal, tangible things that are making the country worse. 20,000 Haitians, they're eating cats and dogs. Good hit there. But I wanted him to do more on the attacking side. And it's hard for us to judge how a normal person thinks because we're too deep. So we lean on the independent data like that. And I think it's a good sign, at least. The thing is, again, Kamala is trying to invent a new person who didn't exist before Joe Biden stepped out of the race. This new person she's inventing has never existed before in her history of voting, her history of the 2019 debate, as CNN just said. So the median voter's ability to see through that bullshit from her is, I think, an important thing, right?
Big time. And then a lot of her answers seem like they were pre-rehearsed.
Yeah.
She kind of maybe had a clue as to what the questions would be, and she kind of had her pre-rehearsed, regurgitated answers.
Soundbite, meme, girl boss life, right?
And then she also had that voice, like she's always about to cry, and I'm raised by a single mom.
You think there was a little Adderall in it?
Hopefully.
People were talking about dry mouth, and yeah, I noticed some creaky voice, a shaky start, but she was able to pull through. It wasn't like total chaos, right?
She always sounds like she's about to cry, and she's always trying to send emotion from her voice to the listener to trigger some emotional response instead of having the facts laid out.
Absolutely.
So that leads us to our next point. I saw a tweet about her voice that really summed it up.
Yeah, this is from The Last Refuge. He said, Kamala Harris cannot win for the same reason people with her affliction can never become CEOs. People who speak through their noses, nasal voices, are never in leadership positions. Their speech is insufferable to the average ear. Sounds weird, but I track this stuff. You will never find a CEO or person in a position of significant leadership who talks through their nose. Jake Tapper is another example.
There you go.
It rings true.
That rings really true. All right, let's get to the debate itself. First things first, the woman moderator for ABC,
Lindsay Davis,
was in the same sorority as Kamala.
Yeah, Alpha Chi Alpha, AKA, is that what it is?
I believe it was.
I'm not sure.
So I guess they forgot to mention that part.
Yeah, sneaky little tidbit in there.
No big deal. All right, let's get into it. Like we said, Kamala's going to try and get her meme moments, where she had that one time where she had her hand in her face looking at Trump, like, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But that actually happened after Trump called her a Marxist, which could be like a tell that she was kind of like, it could be one of those giveaways.
Okay.
And then she's making the face. And then people online were trying to meme it. It didn't go great, but they were trying to meme her face. And we knew that was what's going to be the case.
Yeah. Didn't work out.
Yeah.
And she looked white to me.
She looked and she looks like she had some work done.
What do you think?
Her face is a little juiced up and a little tighter than it used to be.
So new policies, new speech pattern, new skin color and face. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then new earrings too. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
And then we're going to quickly debunk some of the fact checks. A lot of people were going after Trump saying, oh, this isn't true, and everything he says was a lie. We're going to go over them quickly as fast as we can. Can you read the first two tweets?
Yeah, ABC. Well, the main one was the eating cats and dogs, calling out Springfield, Ohio, eating geese, all that. And ABC immediately was there to fact check it because they were prepared for it. They had probably a flow chart of Trump issues that they were ready to fact check. And that same page was blank for Kamala. They were going to let her fire from the hip. But ABC, it was hilarious when they said, we called the city manager, and he said that's not happening. That sentence perfectly describes the modern media. Multiple reports by citizens claiming something is happening, and the media investigation stops as soon as a bureaucrat tells them what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Not much real digging. And then, the city manager? Do you think he maybe has something on the line to make the city look good in general?
And then also, do you think these situations make it all the way to the city manager?
Yeah.
Where it's like someone's cat goes missing. Are you going to go tell the city manager? Yeah. You might call the police or keep an eye out for the cat.
Yeah. Where's Mr. Whiskers? Run, honey, run. Tell the city manager. Straight to him like Willy Wonka with the gold ticket, right? That's not what you do.
And then there was another one about Charlottesville.
ABC has let Harris get away with the Charlottesville hoax, bloodbath hoax, police officers dying on January 6th hoax, etc. but they fact-checked Trump on animals in Ohio when he was correct.
Exactly.
And then, guys, this is another thing. We're obviously all right-wing on this podcast listening. Basically, there's been a lot of things where you pull a thread and a story starts, and we get proven so right 6 months later.
Yeah,
and it's
time.
like, just wait a little bit for the real skeletons under a Haitian porch. Like, something's coming soon, so don't worry about getting vindicated on this. It's going to happen.
Exactly. And then this next one, remember Trump was saying that there's late-term abortions to the point where babies that are born alive are left to die?
Yep.
Everyone said that was a hoax. Even the moderator, here's the clip.
The Supreme Court had great courage in doing it, and I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to the President.
She just goes on and says it, right?
The moderator is now correcting, which is weird because we have a bunch of clips here and an article that go in the other direction. First is the governor of the Virginia.
When we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother.
Interesting.
So that's the clip that Trump is referencing, the former governor of Virginia. It's Ralph Northam. That's the clip that he says on the debate, and that's what he's referencing. Then a decision will be made. But that still gets fact-checked. That still gets time out by the ABC moderators,
and it's
right?
the governor. And then you might be thinking, well, what actually happens in real life? Is this really going on? This girl did a experiment where she called an abortion facility and listened to what she said and what they said.
Calling the Care Clinic in Bethesda, Maryland.
Thank you for calling Care. How can I help you?
I am looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now. I am in a pretty desperate situation. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. We do some basic lab work on you and start to dilate your cervix. After that, we do what we call the fetal injection. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping and a lot of pressure, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time.
Ah.
Classic.
So third trimester abortions all the time where you're basically just killing a baby in the womb that could survive out of the womb.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, to be fair, that specifically is different than what they were fact-checking Trump on, but it's the still dark kind of shit. Get your fentanyl, inject the baby's heart, go crazy.
And they do it all the time.
And the girl's just like, her example on the phone call is, yeah, my boyfriend's out of the picture. Can we kill it right now? Like, that's not even a true hardship or a issue to the mother giving birth. They ask no questions about that.
Slightly inconvenient.
Yeah.
And then there's an article, too, about Tim Walz's state.
Under Governor Tim Walz, babies born alive in botched abortions were left to die. Then he removed reporting requirements.
So these are just examples of how they pretend it's not what's going on, and then you look a little further, you look behind the curtain, and it's exactly what's going on.
Yep.
And then we have another debunk here. Kamala was saying she's not going to take your guns. I'm a gun owner. And we have a little before and after.
It's business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
I support buybacks, and it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address. We've got to deal with this.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
It's mandatory. How mandatory?
So there you go.
Also, that first question, the actual clip from the debate where she says, Tim Walz and I both have guns. I wonder if they bought her a gun just for this debate moment line.
100%.
Little pink Glock.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And it's in a box somewhere and she doesn't know how to use it.
Yep, no bullets in the house.
And then another fact check that happened in the debate, everyone was saying crime is down.
Yeah.
Which
gets backed up by the media, right?
Yep, gets backed up. And we've talked about this before as well. Can you give the truth here?
Yeah, and we had covered this on the show previously about reporting for the FBI's new system. The Biden-Harris administration had the FBI dismantle the longstanding crime reporting system, replacing it in 2021 with a new woke system that is optional for a state and local law enforcement agencies to use. As a result, at least 6,000 law enforcement agencies aren't providing data, meaning 25% of the country's crime data is not captured by the FBI. It's deliberately underreporting and skews the statistics and paints a fake picture. Here's the image of it, all the major metropolitan areas, which we specifically had covered on the show.
NYPD, LAPD, Chicago, big cities in Florida, not reporting their crime. So then you say, oh, that's one way to get crime down.
And then even if you say, well, they're new reporting it locally or something, that system is just a new system, which I've seen some arguments for online. The main point here is all the things that get knocked down, right? All the crimes that get forgiven or not prosecuted or knocked down from felony to misdemeanor, when like the crime itself was the exact same thing, but society's reaction to it was different this time. And now it's a misdemeanor or now it's nothing. Like, for example, Democrat-controlled cities from New York to San Francisco have effectively decriminalized violent crime. For instance, in New York City, 52% of violent felony cases are downgraded to misdemeanors, and offenders are typically offered diversion agreements that keep these offenses out of crime statistics. This manipulation could alone account for a 50% or more drop in reported violent crimes in the Big Apple.
So 25% aren't reporting at all, and then some of the cities that are, they're already operating in a system where they're downgrading felonies to misdemeanors and stuff like that.
Exactly. And then it goes on to say, additionally, we know that 70 Soros-backed prosecutors representing 72 million Americans and half of the nation's 50 most populous cities and counties have made it their mission to implement this so-called restorative justice, right? So when your entire country is being like hit with a wave of this restorative justice and, oh, let him go and cheap bail, the crimes aren't exactly like the person who got mugged on the street goes, I got mugged on the street this year and I didn't last year and I didn't the year before. But, you know, all the muggings counted in the old times.
Never happened.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a total mischaracterization and very dishonest. And I think people see through it too. Like this, we're talking about the debate a lot, and it's like people see through the crime is down. Actually, that's fact checked. Kamala, yes, that's a great opinion you didn't have 3 years ago, but we're going to let you have it now. So I'm just hoping people saw through it.
They must. Yeah. Oh, crime is less under Kamala. Oh, the food prices at the grocery store, they're not expensive. Everyone knows the reality. That's why independents were with Republicans when it came to the reaction.
Yep.
Let's get into the schizo part of housekeeping, my favorite part. Was Kamala wearing earrings with a built-in one-way communication headset thing? I think yes. Can you read that?
Yeah, busted. She's wearing earphone earrings, Nova H1 audio earrings, the first and only wireless earphones embedded in a pair of pearl earrings on a gold or silver-plated clip. Look at her earrings. Busted. It says, like, fact.
We got her, and then there's the close-up.
Yeah.
And then there's the what it looks like, the company, and then here's the company doing a commercial for this product.
If you thought earrings were merely a fashion statement, think again. Nova's H1 audio earrings is the world's first wireless earphones made with real pearls. Unlike conventional earrings, these earrings are placed on the earlobes and project the sound from inside the pearl straight into your ear canal. This directional sound technology can avoid sound leakage and keep conversations and music private and secure.
It's interesting, and that looks exactly like what she was wearing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who else was wearing it.
Who?
The sorority sister.
Oh, sister was wearing it too. So they were both getting instructions. Her on what to fact check and Kamala on what to say and what sound bites.
That's what it feels like.
And shout out to this earring company, this earring headphone company, because no matter what happened, I don't really believe it. I mean, I don't think she would risk it, or I don't know. I just don't think it would happen. But this earring company is like being like, well, we do not know whether Miss Harris wore one of our products. The resemblance is striking. You know, like they turned it into look at us. It's free marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it was. And I think it was too, because remember when Obama made this statement a few years back?
People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody...
Yeah, you get the point. We've played that clip before.
And it also makes sense because Joe Biden was wearing these earrings when he debated Trump.
Holy shit. Enhance. He was. Oh, my God.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's like a Dave Rubin bit.
No, that was good. Come on.
I know.
All right. So that's the end of our debate stuff. I hope we covered all the things you guys wanted to hear. We did good debunks, but the earrings, I think, are something. And if you look closely, you look back, Kamala has worn these at other events, too.
Uh-oh.
In the last few months. She's wearing them at rallies, stuff like that. So keep an eye out. She'll probably stop wearing them now that we're on to her.
Yeah, but it all comes down to the same issue. How much can the media lie to regular people's face and kind of obscure and go 3-on-1 and get away with it? Can they? Can they not? Are people smart enough to see through? Have they seen other proof? And have they seen Kamala's transformation from the most leftist person in the Senate to a moderate that can win, that can carry Wisconsin, you know?
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're moving on to our migrant section. We have a lot of updates, especially Haitian updates. As we know, they were talking about how the Haitians are eating pets, cats, and geese.
Yeah.
And people are saying it's wrong, it got fact-checked or whatever. We have some firsthand reporting from the streets. So let's see what this local said.
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake news.
Not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen, yeah. Watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No.
I believe him.
You believe the 100 cats in a van from this guy?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think he'd make it up.
I think he wildly overestimated how many cats he eyeballed if he saw anything at all. 100 cats in a van? That's like a cartoon.
Well, if the cops pulled him over, maybe there's body cam.
All right.
So if that came out, then we're proven right 2 weeks later.
I am going to say we will 100% be proven right later down the line. But 100 cats, I don't know if this guy had good eyewitness. And he turns to the camera and he's cross-eyed as fuck. 100 cats in a van is insane, right?
It's insane, but it's not impossible. And maybe not 100. Maybe it's 25.
I know.
It looks like
that's
100.
what I'm saying, is you lose a little credibility when you can't eyeball something
That's
like
a good point. And then there was a tweet that kind of made sense as well it's a red pill.
Yeah, people getting pets instead of having kids. Fertility rate collapse. Import Haitians. Haitians eat the pets. People start having kids again to compensate.
There we go.
40 chess, yeah.
So that's a white pill, some upside there.
Yeah.
There was another tweet that I thought was pretty funny.
A migrant could harpoon a dolphin at SeaWorld, and Twitter lefties would be like, oh, so fishing is only okay when white people do it? Yeah. That's kind of the broader attitude that we've seen, right, from all this Haitian stuff. It's like, oh, duck. They talk about duck and geese from the ponds, and it's like, well, don't we do that? Like, here's Don Jr. duck hunting. And it's like, yeah, the third worlders like snatching up the local pond that... The pond only exists because humans dug it out, and they wanted to create an ambiance for the town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not exactly the same thing as Don Jr. getting his license and going on a hunting trip with the boys in South Dakota.
Montana, exactly. Yeah. And then a lot of people are saying the geese thing is fake too. We actually have a police report here that proves it, just to kind of get that on the record.
Yeah, this is from Clark County Communications Center, and it said there were Haitians, and each had one goose in each arm. So you know, that's an official report right there.
Rings true to me. And what else are the Haitians up to? This next one is a sad story. This is Corey Alvarez, a Haitian migrant. Last year, Biden Harris flew him into the U.S. under their parole program. He's living in a luxury-funded hotel. He then raped a disabled girl in Boston. A judge released him on $500 bail.
And that's one where ICE, we covered that on the show. ICE had to go track him down after the $500 bail, and he was released, into the wild again. Because some woke judge in Massachusetts goes, okay, so we talked about how you had to spend tax money on getting him into the country, him committing the crime, and then more tax money on catching him again because you didn't detain him.
Yeah, ICE is racist.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. And that's who they're trying to keep locked up. Mm-hmm. And then Richard Hanania, it's kind of a pussy.
Yeah, he's a real weak-necked pussy type.
He is, unfortunately. This is what he said about the Haitians.
He said, thoughts and prayers with the Haitian community at this time. I know you all wanted to come here. All you wanted was to come here and have a better life. Please remember that most of Americans reject bigotry and hate, and we're glad you're here.
Yeah, not me.
You don't speak for pretty much anyone, buddy. Go live in Springfield and get a taste.
Exactly. And then here's someone who does live in Springfield. This guy, I believe, is a veteran, and he's talking about his experience when it comes to the town's resources and how they're divvied up.
You think the town's taking care of their local residents that were here first and foremost?
Oh, no. Hell no. I've been trying to get just a simple Medicaid card since June. They took me off of, I'm a vet. They took me off of the disability and made me start paying for my own disability. They so backed up in there, they didn't ask me for the same information 3 times, and I done gave it to them 3 times, and they still sending me the same letters. So it's frustrating.
What's the wait time?
For back in line, probably pushing 2 hours.
Is there a separation between French speakers, English speakers?
It's all one. They would just have interpreters that hop between the windows as they come up.
Got it.
So,
makes sense.
And you look at that line, it's all Haitians.
And I think somebody said it was 9-1 Haitians to native Ohioans.
So that's who is replacing those people in Ohio. That's who they're bringing in. And we have to kind of be fair. We have to play both sides a little bit. I want to maybe highlight some Haitian culture that we're not familiar with, like what they're up to in Haiti and what they're going to bring here that we have to look forward to. Can you play this next clip?
They look a lot like pancakes or cookies. The recipe passed down from generations here in Haiti. Women spend entire days making them. Grandmothers, daughters, and younger girls. Infants are nursed while mothers work the mix. Kids seem to enjoy them, at least when our camera was around. But these patties, known as bonbon terres by the Haitians who eat them, are a grim reminder of just how poor this Caribbean nation is. They aren't sweet, they're hard to swallow, and add almost nothing in terms of nutrition, because the cookies are actually made of dirt.
They're eating dirt.
Dirt cookies. There's like dirt, fat, and salt, and then it hardens up, and people are spending, and it's passed down generations.
That's one of their staples.
Yeah.
And that's who we have here.
Ugly.
So that is the end of our Haitian update. We're getting more into it in Bonus Land. We have a lot of updates there. We have a factory worker who talks about the Haitian workers. And
factory owner who likes to bring in scab labor. And also just in terms of the Haitians in general, it's like to get into an argument with a leftist about, no, we don't have a proof that they've been eating a cat. No, they don't have a proof that they're eating a dog or whatever you're going to get into an argument about. Okay, but now we're talking about why were 20,000 Haitians airdropped onto a small Ohio town. Can we talk about that? Because at some point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're caught doing. They are killing people. They are getting into car accidents, rape, crime is up. And why does this Ohio town, why this particular Ohio town, are they subject to this sort of replacement?
Why do they need them? Exactly. And then we have some other more broader stories from our migrant section. The Hondurans, there were some Hondurans caught killing a bald eagle to eat it.
Yeah, 2 Honduran illegals are arrested after shooting down a bald eagle that they planned to cook and eat in Nebraska. As sheriff reveals, the local community is in an uproar.
Nice.
You know, they come to America, they don't know who's endangered, who's protected, who has reverence, who we don't eat. And they just go,
bird.
Boom, eagle.
Eat bird.
Yep.
And then our next part of our migrant section, there was a MS-13 gang member who killed a girl, but then was still going to school with American citizens until they got the DNA figured out.
Yeah, MS-13 gang member who came into our country illegally and murdered Kayla Hamilton was attending a Maryland public school after he killed her. And basically, this was like an open and shut case. They knew he was guilty. They just needed the DNA to really lock it in, the mother of the murdered girl said. Martinez was read his Miranda rights and police sent out his DNA for testing, but the process took 6 months. In the meantime, he was allowed to enroll at the school without any agency warning administrators about the investigation. And DNA results finally came back in January 2023, resulting in him being arrested. He pled guilty to murder and was sentenced to 70 years in jail.
So sentenced to 70 years, he did the murder, but until then, he was in school with your kids.
Yeah, he was like a junior. He was 16, and he was still going to class and like, well, is he going to kill again? Should we tell anybody? No. And this is another example of the taxpayer situation where you subsidize somebody who comes across the border and then he commits a heinous crime, killing a native citizen, and then you're subsidizing him for the rest of his life, paying for a jail cell, right? And leftists always complain about how much jail costs and how we need to get people back out on their feet and stuff like that. And here's a guy who shouldn't even be here, killed someone, and now we're paying for it for 70 years.
Yep, exactly. And then we spoke about the Venezuelans a few weeks ago in Colorado, how they're taking over Colorado.
The specific
complexes.
The specific prison gang, Tren de Agua. Tren de Aragua.
Yeah, so those people are in other cities as well. It seems like they're taking over El Paso, too.
Yeah, this is kind of their blueprint. They take over, they squat up, and they take over, and they live in squalor together. But they have reportedly taken over a hotel in El Paso, Texas. The El Paso County Attorney's Office just filed a restraining order against the hotel. They allege the owner has allowed illegal activity to go on for months. And here in the body of the article, it says, for the last 2 years, there have been 693 calls made for police to investigate the hotel. It's been a habitual criminal activity location. The document stated the establishment was in a deplorable state on the inside. And a video showed dozens of people partying on the third floor of the hotel, drinking, smoking, dancing provocatively while children are present, the document states. Guns going off, prostitution in this hotel. So it's just some real prison gang warlord shit when they get into a structure.
In El Paso, Texas.
Yep.
And then we're going to take a quick jump across the pond into the UK. This woman was spit on by a migrant, and look how the police react.
So you have a problem with my words?
Yes.
Because a filthy migrant just spat on me?
Yeah,
you've got the issue with me.
We have a duty to challenge that language, because we're police officers and it's...
Because he's filthy and he's a migrant and he attacked me like the other one.
We're trying to help you report which is offensive, isn't it? We can't not challenge that language because...
There's people in the public...
Okay, what's your numbers? So you'll find my language offensive, 1483
Yeah, I do find it
3028
I'm still happy to help you with your crime, but we have to
1192.
challenge you when you use language like that.
Especially when you're
Because it's
here
the
in
law.
the public as well, because obviously the people walking past us...
I think that's fair.
They would walk
Well,
past
I think filthy migrants attacking English people is
Yeah,
disgusting.
but you're also swearing as well, madam.
And that's an issue. Since when is swearing a crime?
We have to get spoken to with respect too. Like
And you're in public where there's people, kids
we're
not too
human
far
beings
away.
just doing our job.
People can hear that.
Yeah, so a migrant spits on someone and then you call him filthy, which is a filthy thing to do, to spit on a woman.
I would agree.
And then the police say we have a duty to challenge that language.
You get that low tone lecture like you're the problem when you're just trying to live your life and all the cops confront you.
Low testosterone police.
And then she goes around getting their badge numbers like, what's your badge number? No, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But the people above them are telling them to do the wrong thing, right?
Exactly. And that's just a little preview of what happens when you don't have guns.
Yeah.
And then you don't have guns, and then your government becomes tyrannical, and they bring in all these people, and then the police don't even defend you. That's kind of like a fast track for the West in general, what they're trying to get everyone to do. All right, well, we're moving on to my part of housekeeping where I can kind of talk about whatever I want.
Okay.
This is my favorite part. Make sure you use this opportunity to tickle the post, help us juice the algo, leave a like, leave a comment, then leave a comment again, start yapping. P.O. Box full, notifications on, old episodes watch.
Old episodes watch, you're adding that to the repertoire.
I'm adding that. All right, first things first, a dead bird had some weird stuff coming out of it.
So I'm out here working, okay? I'm working. I look down at this bird, you know, I pick up trash, whatever. I look down, guys, look at this. Look at this.
The bird's got wires coming out of it.
The bird's got a PCB in its little body. I think someone's messing with her, though.
I don't know. It could be a CIA op because the CIA admitted to doing bird spying and cat spying in documents.
Oh, can't cat spy on the Haitians, though. We know that.
They'll eat it anyway.
There's nothing more I hate than one of these Instagram videos where someone's trying to talk and then the loud, eerie music is playing over the background of it.
Yeah.
I almost punched my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I almost took Dave Rubin's baby from him.
You're sick. All right, next is the Rizzler.
Yeah.
The Rizzler is back in school. You guys know the Rizzler.
Some do. But the Rizzler's like this kid who hangs out with the Costco pizza guys. And somebody said, I'm thinking about the Rizzler today. He blew up this summer and spent the last few months making content with celebrities. Now he has to go back to elementary school, learn a bunch of stupid shit he'll never use, and hang around normal kids every day. It probably sucks so bad.
Kind of sucks. He's probably also the king of the school.
Yeah, you think so?
There's a little bit of both sides.
You think he runs it?
He runs the school, and everyone knows he's a celeb, and he's the coolest guy in school.
Okay.
So there's an upside to it, but it sucks that he has to go sit in a classroom when he could be like on the computer and making money.
Yeah, old school child celebs, it's different now because you're just on the internet now and you don't really have an agent or homeschooling, you know? It's a difficult world to navigate for the Rizzler. Good
Big
luck,
time.
Rizzler.
Good luck, Rizzler. We love you. Next.
Don't say that.
I like the Rizzler.
I like him. I don't
The
love
other
him.
guys, I'm hit or miss.
Boom and Doom guys?
Yeah. AJ and Big Justice, not my faves.
All right.
Rizzler, he's the most talented in that whole bunch.
Absolutely.
All right, last piece of housekeeping. One of our show watchers got in trouble at work.
He said, fuck, I'm sitting here at work doing nothing, just kind of hanging out watching Fleckus Talks, and the Uplifting Gold section had me laughing so hard that they're fucking drug testing me. I think that's made up.
That sounds real. I believe it.
All right.
All right, well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're moving on to Cringe of the Week. Our first clip of Cringe of the Week is kind of a dark one. We reported on this last episode.
Yeah.
There was a child who was killed in a bus crash because a Haitian crashed into a bus on the first day of school.
Went over the center line.
And just head-to-head crashed with the bus. And then this is that child who died, his father, and this is what he had to say about it.
Our best interest to be here after recent comments. You know, I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was killed by a 60-year-old white man. And I bet you never thought anyone would ever say something so blunt. But if that guy killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone.
So that's an interesting use of a wish.
Yeah, instead of
child death.
Instead of wishing my child was never on that bus or my child never died or I wish I just had one more moment with him, you wish that a white guy killed him instead.
Which is so sick. It's so dark. And then he said he's tired of everyone exploiting his child's death. And then he says that he wishes a middle-aged white guy killed him instead. So what does that mean? That the middle-aged white guy is the bad guy? Like that's society's bad guy?
Or that wouldn't raise an eyebrow and it would just be an accident or something like that. I think that's his intention. But the point is, like, this guy talks about it like it's a one-for-one vacuum. And it was just like a randomness of the universe where a 60-year-old white guy was also just falling asleep at the wheel at that moment, too. And it wasn't a direct result of, like, federal governmental policies that was domino one of, like, a 10-step thing that led to his kid dying, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's, like, an arrogance there.
Big time.
Where you're thinking, like, oh, the universe, my kid was going to die no matter what. I really wish people weren't mean to Haitians because of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, dude, some guy who can't drive, no insurance, no license, he's in jail for it
Should not be here at all.
Shouldn't be here, and your son would. So what are we calling this psychological condition? It's like just beyond cucked.
It's like a progressive, very much brain toxified person.
Yeah.
It's like a progressive Muppet. And then people made a good point online. They said maybe if you had a little hate in your heart, it wouldn't have played out like this. Like if you had a little hate in your heart, which is not even hate, it's just not wanting outsiders from incompatible third world countries. That's the hate.
Yeah.
And if you actually push back and the Haitians didn't get dropped off, maybe it could have played out differently and your kid would still be alive.
Yeah. What if you saw the signs and you moved and you were like, I don't like the direction this city's going in. And you kind of made a move or moved out to an outer suburb or something like that. There's a ton of things, but dad wishes a white guy did it instead. Skips a lot of wishes beforehand, right? Skips a lot of things that could have saved him. I wish that Haitian got more driver's testing.
I wish the Haitians were never here. I wish we moved out of the town when we first saw the Haitians. I wish I drove my kid to school.
There's 80 steps before old white guy.
Yeah, big time. Next, we are going to talk about this Target woman. The woman's in Target, and she sees a sign on the clothing rack, and it makes her very upset.
Target has lost their last mind. Go up a size or two in your moto jacket for an easy, effortlessly cool vibe. Go up a size or two from an XXL. Yeah, y'all done lost y'all last mind. Target, let me give you a style tip. If you're gonna so inconsiderately suggest that people go up a size or two, at least have the sizes. And not just online, also in store. Now, I don't know who told y'all that was a good idea, but y'all need to either fix that sign or fix your sizes. Hopefully both.
Yeah. So, not everything has to apply to you. Like when I go to the Chinese buffet and I see the pizza, I don't say, you can't have this here. I don't eat pizza at a Chinese restaurant. I leave it because it doesn't apply to me. It's for someone else.
Yeah. So basically what this woman is saying is that Target can never have a one-on-one conversation with skinny, normal, athletic-looking people.
Exactly.
They can't send a message to like a normal, skinny guy and be like, hey, 2 sizes up, that might work. It's kind of like an oversized fit. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're too fat for the store, ignore the styling tips from the store. Those are for normal people.
Yeah. And then another thing with this type of fat person who's like operating on a hair trigger, ready to blow it at like a retail store because they don't have 4X in store and you still can get it online. Not a very happy person. I think they just got kind of like shoved into this emotional state. It's an emotional reaction due to something in their control.
Exactly. Like they're an XXL, right?
Barely.
So two sizes up is a 4XL. So basically Target is reminding them that they're in this situation of 4XL, and that makes them mad because of how fat they are. And instead of saying, damn, I need to improve myself, maybe I'll go from a large to a 2XL, they say, no, Target's in the wrong for reminding me how fat I am, when Target is just talking to normal-sized people.
Yeah, which they're not allowed to do.
Yeah, exactly. They're not allowed to do it, and then any inconvenience requires a sound-off TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say she can lose weight. She can't. She's done. She's cooked. If you're complaining about the Target sizes, it's over for you. Peace.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry. All right, moving on. Abe Lincoln is gay, according to progressives and this new show.
New documentary that's coming out soon. He's snuggling.
This is a physical intimacy as well as an emotional intimacy. This is the same kind of relationship that Lincoln had been engaging with other male bed partners back to Bill Green and going to Joshua Speed.
All right.
Honey, I landed a big new role. It's my break. I finally got a role after 5 auditions. I've been auditioning for months. Who'd you get? Oh my God. This is your Daniel Day-Lewis prank. Oh, I'm gay Abe Lincoln. And then Mike got the guy who's cuddling with me in bed.
Gay Abe Lincoln, exactly. Yeah. And then, to be fair, didn't Hollywood say Abe Lincoln was a prolific vampire hunter?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound gay to me.
I know. Sounds pretty badass.
But this is kind of like the only way progressives can enjoy history. They don't like history, but if they do it, they have to make everyone gay. Buzz Aldrin has a butt plug.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin's, it's vibrating. It's one small step for man.
Cleopatra's trans. That's the only way they can actually do it. They have to pretend that everything was so degenerately gay and weird like it is now. Like that was always the case. That's always what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And this quote from an article about the movie was kind of telling to me. This guy goes, one of the creators of the documentary says, I've been researching this for a very long time, since around 2007. There was a fluidity that existed throughout human history before the words and ideas homosexual and heterosexual were invented around 1870. So he's been researching, frantically obsessing, researching every year, almost 20 years since 2007. Abe Lincoln's gay. He wakes up every morning. Did any new gay Abe Lincoln info come out? He's like, what am I going to do? He has to make a movie about gay Abe Lincoln, right?
And then the movie he made is called Lover of Men.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of on the nose, doesn't leave much to the imagination.
Yeah, it's heavy-handed writing.
It's not very creative. When Chinese Donut Boy, my brother, when he was a kid, he used to like Abe Lincoln, and he'd watch like stuff about him. And then we used to make fun of him and call him Mary Lincoln.
Oh, Mary Todd.
Which is Abe Lincoln's wife.
Yeah.
And he would get so mad. I don't even get it. It wasn't even a creative insult. He's called him Mary Lincoln. He's like, no.
One of those things where once you know it gets someone mad, it's just easy to keep coming back.
It wasn't even a good troll.
Yeah.
All right, next, and our last piece of cringe is there was a trans person freaking out at a Kamala rally.
Get the fuck out of my face now!
Ooh,
now!
That was very rude of you.
Get the fuck out of my face!
Do you want to go to jail? Sir, ma'am, I don't really know what to call you.
You're fucking done, man.
I'm done.
Get the fucking police. You just insulted me.
Well, listen here, pal. I mean, you are gonna go to jail.
And I could fucking tell the police to get you.
I'm vegan, so don't say that. Listen.
You told me man. You really get the fuck out of my way right now.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
You do not have a release. I will sue you.
You're gonna sue him? Don't sue him, man, because we're trying to just...
You do not have a release. If you fucking post this, I will destroy you. I will destroy you.
Oh, looks like we're posting it too. But we found it online. It's fair use. You can't sue us.
Of course, dude. And this is, of course, guys, we've rehashed this lesson 1,000 times. When the anger sets in, it's a default to factory settings. But I like how confused this dude is, where he starts saying, "You just insulted me. I'm calling the police, and you do not have a release." Like they get into the trans rage, and then they forget about like what's allowed and what's not too.
You insulted me. I'm calling the police. But if you're in the UK, it's like, you're in big trouble.
I know.
You're in big trouble, bloke. All right, we're moving on to Urban Decay. We have a good Urban. Our first clip and story from Urban Decay is the baseball bat nacho cheese situation.
Station convenience store worker is facing attempted murder and battery charges after allegedly getting into a fight with a customer over nacho cheese. This is Myron Bully, and the fight took place early last Tuesday morning at an Arco on Rainbow and Russell. He told police that a customer wanted nacho cheese but allegedly broke the dispenser. That victim didn't want to leave, so he allegedly pushed him out before hitting the victim with a bat several times. That victim...
Reasonable reaction there.
Over nacho cheese. And his name is Myron Bully, which is, a little wink from the simulation. Can you read some more context from this situation?
Yeah, so this is an interesting Urban Decay because usually it's the customer who's shooting someone over guacamole or nacho cheese or cold fries. But police, after they saw this guy, basically the guy was found bloody, bleeding from his nose, eyes, ears, like in the lawn just outside. So this guy beats him up with a baseball bat over nacho cheese and then does nothing. No call. The police just have to kind of stumble upon him. So then police, they start sniffing around. They ask the gas station attendant, later identified as Myron Bully, what happened. Bully told police the victim was talking shit and told him to leave the store. The suspect then showed officers a cheese machine the victim broke. Like, he's like this.
That's why I killed him.
Yeah.
That's why I hit him with a bat.
And that the victim was not trying to steal, but Bully was upset that the victim was getting too much cheese from the nacho cheese machine. Bully reportedly told the victim to leave the store and not break things, but said the victim insisted on getting nachos, so he pushed him out of the store. Bully told police he had a bat in hand, and he pissed me off and hit him with the bat. "Don't talk shit to me. Now everyone gonna see this, and they're gonna know never to talk shit to me," Bully told police. So it's like a little kid who doesn't know what they did wrong, and they're like, "I'm telling the police, I'm telling mom." He just admits it. They're going to see this and send a message to other street rats. You think the street rats watch the news or something?
Yeah.
So here's where it gets crazy, though. Video surveillance showed the suspect pushing the man out of the business, the report said. They both begin to struggle over the bat, and Bully, seen punching victim in the face, then hitting him with the bat. When the victim gets up to walk away, Bully hits him with the bat 3 more times, police said. The victim was standing at a nearby business about a minute later, and the suspect comes again and hits him with the bat with such force that the victim falls to the floor and does not get up until several minutes later. The victim had 2 brain bleeds, multiple skull fractures, blood in his ears, air in his brain, and multiple facial fractures. So this guy gets upset about nacho cheese, and he turns into Meryl from Signs. He just keeps swinging away.
Even when the guy's done, hitting him again and again.
So, you saw the picture. Here's Myron Bully. I don't know, guys. You got to be aware of pretty much everything.
Big time. And then even when, a lot of times criminals that do this, they don't work. Yeah. They're like gangbangers and whatever. Or they're in the hood. That guy had a job.
Very low impulse control, had a job, and then thought he was so much in the right that he was telling police about how it went down. And it's like, oh, yeah, I want everybody to know you can't talk shit to me. And it's like, yeah, you can tell the other inmates at the Nevada Correctional Center that, because that's where you're going. You tried to kill a guy.
Yeah, we'll see, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a friend about a situation similar to this. And you know how they say no one's born racist? Like babies aren't born racist, they're taught?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like a negative thing for like right-wing people, as if right-wing people are...
See that guy right there? Yeah. You got to avoid that. I'm your racist dad. And now you're going to be racist too.
Exactly. But there's a way to interpret it where it's like babies aren't born racist, but eventually they do become, maybe from data collection.
Yeah, some babies grow up and then they are better at noticing patterns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then we have a little chart here which goes over the murder rate by race per 100,000 over the last 20 years. So as you can see, black is at the top, white and Asian are at the bottom, natives a little above them. And we sped it up a little bit, but...
shockingly consistent.
Shockingly consistent.
And they talk about poverty being an indicator for this, but this is murder, Poverty... You can make a little case for theft or robbery for poverty, but shooting someone in the face, and to get this level of consistency across time feels weird. Feels very, very weird to me, right?
Especially when we know Native Americans don't live in the richest areas. I'm sure they have their own reporting system or whatever, but you can see in the last 10 years, it really starts going up for the murder rate for the blacks.
Yeah. Crazy.
Something to keep note of.
And that guy, what's the difference between that guy who Myron Bully, the nacho cheese baseball bat beater? The difference between him being charged with murder and not is the guy's brain bleed didn't swell and burst in time. Something like that basically is a murder. Mm-hmm. The end result, the guy's in a hospital, fucked up for 3 months.
He's not technically dead, but that would kill people in different situations all the time.
100%.
Let's go to Carnival Cruise. We know what Carnival Cruise has kind of fallen to the wayside.
What's going on here?
Someone blew dump in the Carnival Cruise pool.
Wow. They had to drain the pool, and a guy had to come in and clean out the dump.
They had to send in a specialist.
Disgusting. And he comes in, he comes in with a bag on his hand. That's the same way you do it for a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So very disgusting shit.
Very disgusting. All right, and our next piece of Urban Decay is just a tweet I thought was really funny. Someone wrote, I have a slight suspicion George Floyd would have thoroughly enjoyed Galaxy Gas.
I think he'd be hitting that too.
So true.
Yeah.
R.I.P. George.
R.I.P. George. You missed a lot. And then somebody said, what's your theory on his payment method of the Galaxy Gas, Mike? And he said, Chase Money glitch.
George Floyd would have liked the Chase Money glitch too.
He would have loved the DoorDash glitch, the Cash App glitch. George Floyd would have done a lot of that stuff.
I wish he was here to see it.
Me too.
All right, let's get into our Tyreek Hill section.
All right.
This is old news.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it. There is one clip that no one's really talking about, and it's the body cam of the officer who first approaches him. And I just wanted to play that just to kind of give more context.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you.
Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
All right, that's the part. The repeating. Don't knock on my window like that. Don't knock on my window like that. And then also the cop has a Hispanic accent.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying, oh, this is racist, all that stuff. Here's Tyreek Hill saying the police officer should be fired.
Your lawyer has come out and said that he's looking for the dismissal of the officer. What does that mean?
Gone.
So you want the officer to be
Gone. 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 Gone.
He's doing the repeating again.
That's all he does. He's extremely low IQ.
Low IQ. So he wants the cop to be fired. He thinks that this is like a racist interaction. And then someone says, maybe it's him on the body cam, oh, I'm just a black man in America. And then listen to what the cop says in reply to that.
I'm just being a black man, that's it. I'm just being black in America, bro. That's all it is.
We're dark too, brother. We're people of color too. Don't play like that.
I'm just being a black man in America, bro, in a nice car. That's it.
And the cop says, we're brown too, brother. Don't play that card. We're brown too.
If you showed me, if you said, what's the worst way to start an interaction with police? I'd say, roll up your window and say, don't tap on my window like that.
Yeah.
That's like the absolute worst way with the tinted windows.
Tinted, illegally tinted.
I have zero sympathy for this guy and like the sports media world that comes up and then like can't say, yeah, he was a little out of line. Mm-hmm. It's insane to me. Like the sports media world in general, right? Like they go through the woke crises and the this is racist and what do you feel like about being a black head coach or something like that? Usually when it calms down, there's nothing to talk about. But then when a situation like this comes, there's no like other side. There's nobody who's just like, well, I'll take the other side just for this. Everybody just gets that solemn, like head down, like it's just a tragic reminder of what's happening.
Yeah.
It is like, don't tap my window to the cop while it's up. And before that clip started, his window was down and the cop was like, pull over. So he pulled up and over, put it up, and then made the cop come tap twice.
Mm-hmm. And the tap wasn't like boom, boom, boom. It was a light tap.
So this is, I don't know. I'd ballpark his IQ at 80. And we're going to get this nice working man who's probably 10 years on the job building up a pension. He needs to get gone because Tyreek Hill couldn't follow basic orders.
Gone.
And
And
he's doing this. He's just pointing off into the wilderness.
And to be fair, the cop probably thought he stole the car.
I would say that's pretty likely. Car that nice?
How'd you get that? Oh, you happen to play for the Miami Dolphins. Okay.
And then,
That's rare.
The right-wing point, Tyreek Hill allegedly punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach and choked her. Mm-hmm. And then, there was nothing. Sports media didn't care. Nothing happened. They need this prized pig to go catch touchdowns this year.
Yep, and then he also broke the arm of his 3-year-old son and has 10 kids with 6 baby mamas.
Yeah.
But that cop needs to go. That cop's the bad guy.
Yeah, shocking that he got into an altercation with police, right?
Big time. Well, don't get too down and too depressed. We're moving on to Uplifting Gold, and we have a lot of uplifting stuff this week. First is New Emerging King on Instagram. He has a program where he spends time with black youth and teaches them stuff just to basically how to become a man.
Have we showed him before changing tires and stuff?
We showed him changing tires and teaching people how to tie a tie and do all these lessons and stuff. So we're going to play it quick, just a piece of it. Here's him teaching kids how to talk to the police.
How you doing, sir?
Doing good.
First thing I want to do is already have my stuff ready, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to get to the freaking car, and when he gets to the car, you got to go fumbling around looking for stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we want to fumble around looking for stuff? Exactly, they're gonna feel unsafe. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So regardless of whether they should or shouldn't feel unsafe, that makes somebody feel unsafe. You fumbling around because things happen, right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's great.
Way
and
better.
Tyreek Hill needs the lesson because that was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tap on my shit. Don't tap on my shit. Gone.
Exactly, over and over. All right, next is this. A woman was doing a social experiment in the mall, kind of like doing like a TikTok, where she's having people guess the cost of her bracelet with a chance to win something.
Prize for you. Got a prize for you. Look at there. It's a nice little charm.
I want that.
That's my question.
God, I want that.
Come on, stand over here, sir. Let me get all of you. Everybody gets an answer. Cartier, 21 carats of diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
45K. Well,
How
if
much?
I guess it, I could get it.
Yes. No,
You said
you
that's
get the
Cartier.
prize.
You said that's Cartier. You said
It's a Cartier and it's got 21 carats of diamonds. Yes, sir.
How much? 21 carats of diamonds.
21 carats of diamonds.
Let me do my little calculation real quick. You guess first. 80,000.
80?
Yeah. 95K.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna say.
It's down here at Malay Jewelers, downstairs by the pretzel place.
I'm gonna
Come
say
see
like.
us.
It's in here. It was made in here.
It was not made here,
Oh, but it's
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna
It
say
is
like.
a Cartier. It's a genuine
I'm gonna say 45.
45. You said 80, 45.
95.
You were the closest.
Who, me?
24,000.
Oh, so I get the price?
No. Did you say 24?
I mean, you said I was the closest.
You were the closest, and I appreciate you all having
No
fun
problem,
with me.
no problem.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Just come see us at Malay now.
So yeah,
that's playing with fire, I think. If you zoom in, the kid had an ankle monitor on, one of them.
And then also they're touching the bracelet, like, I can get that, I can get that. And it's like, whoa, easy, buddy. So that didn't go south.
Yeah, so that's why it's an uplifting
And that's
goal.
why it's uplifting, because you'd think maybe in that situation, if you had some biases, maybe if you were a racist baby, you might see that and go, oh no, like, this lady's in trouble. But she wasn't. Everything was fine.
Yeah, I think the camera played a big part in keeping her safe.
And being very much in public.
Yeah.
All right, next is the kid who got his first paycheck.
So we have my baby opening up his first check. He says it's gonna be $200.
200 something.
200 and something. So here we go.
What we looking at here? I'm trying to be careful with it.
That's not the shirt you wore to work.
No, I was wrong about that.
Oh.
They gave me another one, so now I got 3 of these.
Mm-hmm.
Man, goddamn, let me get shirt.
So you weren't allowed to wear the t-shirt?
No, I wasn't allowed to do that.
Oh.
Let me see what this is. That's $283.
Oh.
After tax, what's that?
That is after tax. Hey, you got some money.
Shoot. That's
hard. Nice.
All right, man, let's take it to the back then.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
You work, you get a real paycheck, you get your taxes taken out.
Yeah. You got to be a little pissed about taxes, though, at the beginning.
Yeah.
You got to remember, you can't just go into the world and be like, oh, taxes, that's normal. Paying 30%, that's great, normal. You have to be pissed, and you have to learn to hate the government early.
That's a good point.
So that's the only lesson. If he gets a lesson with the first guy from Uplifting Gold, New Emerging King, I wish New Emerging King would teach them to hate taxes.
Maybe he does.
Yeah.
All right, next is a story. A PE teacher created a morning bike club that bikes to school, and then it's got tons of members now. They have 330,000 followers online, and they're getting tons of messages from people who are trying to start similar bike to school clubs. So here they go. They start all together, and that's great.
It's nice.
Nice, good, strong teacher. All the kids are heading to school on a bike. That's Americana. And this is the kind of thing that was kind of missing in some parts of America, like biking to school and being able to trust that you'll get there and no one's going to steal your bike and there's no Haitians. So it's good to see that. It really is. Follow them on Instagram. And if you guys want to start your own bike to school club, message them and they'll probably tell you how to do it.
There you go.
It's very cool. All right. We're almost done with the whole show. This is a very important clip. Can you let it rip? Did you know about this?
I didn't know a horse go down steep like that.
I did not know about that.
That's crazy. And the horse liked it. He trusted it.
He knows what he's capable of, and he's capable of that.
That's crazy.
I never expected anything like that.
I respect horses.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. All right, next we have some uplifting stuff. These pit bulls helped put down a linoleum floor. So here they go. They're at home alone, it looks like. Their owner's not around. And they're using their nose and their mouth to push the floor. I guess it has rolled up linoleum on it. And they put it all the way back, and now it's a perfectly done floor. Imagine you get home from work and your dog's finished your floor job.
Your dog's remodeled for you.
Isn't that nice?
Only a pit bull.
And we talk shit about pit bulls, I know, but there's obviously two sides to it.
Absolutely.
There's them mauling kids, and then them destroying your house in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse.
You gotta be fair. All right, we're almost done. Second to last clip, these kids ran into a furry, and look how they reacted.
They're having fun.
Smart reaction.
Yeah. You can tell these kids are going to go places. They're nice, cute, blonde kids, and they see a freak.
they know it's no good,
and
they get away, and they're protecting themselves. It's very natural.
Absolutely. He's calling, he's yelling for an adult, and that was spot on instincts, kid. You're going to go far.
Nice job, future show watchers. All right, last clip of the whole show. This guy and his son get some good news.
Yeah, all right, you want to look at the pictures of your little brother or sister?
So they get the ultrasound picture.
Are you ready? Yeah. All right, here we go. Ready? Maybe A. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Just wait.
No. Baby B? No. 4?
3.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit!
A little more cursing than I remember.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. That's a true, genuine reaction. Like, wind knocked out of you, not prepared.
3 babies all at once.
Oh, God.
But hey, that's better. He'll figure it out.
Hey, that's the way to do it. Set of twins, couple twins, triplets. Triplets is kind of crazy.
You bang it all out at once.
Twins is nice. That's like you get two for the price of one. In what other context is that not preferred? You know?
Big time. And that's good because he'll work hard and figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's better than bringing in some people from Haiti who are going to have the same amount of kids and not figure it out as well.
Yeah. I have faith in that guy. Good luck.
Yep. And then we have a shout out here for people knocking over some stones, I believe in Iceland.
Live from Iceland. Fleck is Talks the podcast. Best podcast of all time.
Rocks don't go on rocks. That's against nature.
It's against nature.
That's the Keytron family?
Yep, the Keytron family out of Iceland. Thank you guys. We love you. We appreciate your show watching. And we also have a little shout out. I know we aren't doing shout outs lately, but Rapwood got caught.
I got caught in the DMs. Someone who had been DMing me a little bit. They said, oh, also it's my birthday, so happy birthday, Aaron.
Happy birthday, Aaron.
It's her birthday today, so I believe that was yesterday. So happy
September
birthday,
12th.
Aaron.
Happy birthday.
She sent us something to the P.O. Box, too.
That's mostly why you got the shout out. Aaron, happy birthday. Hope it's a good one. Thank you for show watching. Thank you for sending stuff to the P.O. Box. Thank you guys for watching. Another Fleckus Talks in the books. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you're still watching and you want 30 minutes more show, join us in bonus land. FleckisTalks.com is the website. And if you have some old people in your life, or if you're a new homeowner and you don't want to get scammed by people who are doing bad stuff, HomeTitleLock.com, code Fleckus. It takes just a few minutes. I signed my mom up at my parents' house. It took like 10 minutes, not even. And I actually got a title scan right away, and now their house is being monitored. So feels good. Do the right thing.
I'm going to stress test them. I'm going to try to scam your family's title.
No,
so
don't.
I'm going to stress test them.
Home Title Lock will protect me. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in bonus land.
Gone. Gone. Gone.